Welcome to Not Starving Artists, the podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Benson, money coach and equity actor. I am your financial cheerleader, here to help you build your financial confidence and have power over your money. The best part, no budgeting or bi-weekly paychecks required. I went from being a broke BFA grad having weekly panic attacks about money to a financially confident, wealth-building actor and business owner. Money gets to feel fun, simple, and sexy, and I am going to show you how.
Doors are officially open to my brand new group coaching program called CASHED Up Creatives. This is a 12-week program that is helping you get 3 months ahead on bills or hit any money goal without budgeting or bi-weekly paychecks. This is the financial education your BFA program, your college, or your parents never gave you. Now, the program officially starts on June 17th, which is when we will have our first group coaching call together. But if you join right now, you're going to get immediate access to the first 3 modules in the video curriculum. And those 3 modules are Becoming a Not Starving Artist, Finances 101, and the Anti-Budget Money Strategy. So you can start learning and implementing a totally new money strategy that takes you less than 1 hour a month to manage and works with fluctuating income before the program even starts. Doors close to be able to sign up on June 15th. So make sure you get in there and you grab your spot. I will see you inside. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to part 5 of the 6-part series, Lessons from a Cashed Up Creative. Today, we're talking about how making more money is actually so much easier when you already know how to manage your current money. When you have a system set up to bring in more money and you feel confident in that system, it is so much easier to actually bring more in. And the more money you bring in, like the extra money that is now coming into your life, actually feels like it's making a difference. So where I want to start is first, the importance of having a system set up that can handle bringing in more money. So why I teach the money flow method is, yes, because it makes money management simple. Yes, because it lets you spend money guilt-free without a budget. Yes, because it automates your bills and automates your money goals. But also because what the money flow method does is it makes every single extra dollar that you bring in feel like it has a purpose, like it actually feels like it has an effect on your current life. So an extra $50 a month that you make is actually going to have an effect. You're going to feel the effect of that extra $50 versus it just disappearing into the abyss of your checking account, right? And probably getting spent on something you don't actually really care about. So I had a client who this was her experience. She made like an extra $70 1 week. And that extra $70 that she was able to bring in, she like picked up some like babysitting gigs that she had been saying no to. She picked them up, brought in an extra $70, and she knew, she was like, ooh, that $70 is going to go towards this specific savings fund because I have a trip coming up that I want to use that for, right? She was like, I could either do that or I could use it to buy this pair of jeans that I haven't allowed myself to buy, right? And like, I need a new pair of jeans. She had these 2 options of what to do with this $70. Now, that $70 didn't just disappear into her checking account. Because everything was automatically split up with the money flow method, she was able to see that $70 drop into her bank account and then be able to move it where she wanted to go. So picking up those extra shifts for her didn't actually feel like, I'm like working, I just got to make more money. She didn't feel like mad that she was working more because she needed more income. It was this direct effect of, because I picked up these 2 babysitting shifts, I see $70 come into my account and I can see that $70 move into either buying the jeans or going into the savings account. There is a direct correlation between making the more money and then where that more money is going. Because so much of what happens when specifically creatives and artists, right? Like I hear all the time, I just need to make more. I just need to make more money. Yes, of course, making more money is fantastic. More money is wonderful. It is such a gift, right? Yes, I want all of you to be making more money. But what happens is making more money just becomes this amorphous goal that doesn't really have an end to it. And there's nothing tangible that you can actually chase after. Like, more doesn't actually mean anything. More is endless. And also more, there's no minimum of what more can mean. Like, do you want $20 extra a week? Do you want to be making triple your yearly income? Like, there's so many different tiers of what more can mean. And so when you don't quantify the amount of more that you want, what happens is you chase paths to make more money that don't actually feel like they have an effect. They're not actually needle moving, or you do make more money, but then you're like, wait, why don't I feel like I'm making more money? I've worked with so many high earners that just thought their problem was needing to make more money. And then they started making more money and they're like, why do I still feel broke? And it's because you didn't, one, have the system to manage it, and two, you didn't know how you actually wanted to utilize that more money. So why making more money is easier when you know how to manage your money already is because, yes, you have the system that you can like run more money through, and you can feel that direct effect of how those dollars are affecting your day-to-day life, your day-to-day spending, which then gets you excited to go out and make more money, right? So you actually have the motivation rather than just this hopeless feeling of like, I need to make more money, but I don't know how to do that, or that's so hard and overwhelming. You don't have those thoughts. But also because when you know how to manage your money effectively, you understand your numbers so intimately, okay? So you understand the numbers of your current lifestyle, what you spend and what's coming in, right? You also are very clear on where you're going, okay? I have a training inside of Cashed Up Creatives, which is my new group program, called Creating Your Dream Lifestyle. And creating your dream lifestyle is about putting numbers to the dream lifestyle that you want to create. There's also a piece of this training where I talk about a bridge lifestyle, like the lifestyle you're going to create for yourself on your way to your dream lifestyle, right? Because there needs to be an in-between there. So that's inside of the training, but the core of this training is all of your desires and your dreams have numbers attached to them. That dream apartment has a rent number. The amount that you want to spend every year on vacations and travel, that has a number attached to it. The being able to be totally work optional and depend on nobody for income because you have your investments in the stock market supporting your lifestyle, that has a number attached to it. Everything you want in life has a number attached to it. We can even go like, you want more time in your life? Great, there's actually a number attached to that because there is a number attached to meal delivery and meal service. There's a number attached to having a personal assistant or a lifestyle assistant. There's a number attached to having a full live-in nanny. Like, there is a number attached to everything that could give you time back, that could bring you more happiness and fulfillment, that could give you more space to spend with your partner or your family. This all has numbers attached to it. And so when you understand the numbers of where you want to be and the numbers of where you are, you now have a numerical gap that you can solve for, right? You literally know now what you need to make and what extra you need to be bringing in order to solve for that dream lifestyle, okay? And so why knowing how to manage your money makes making more money easier is because now more money isn't just this amorphous thing. It's $500 more a month, right? One of my clients, this was actually her number. She was like, if I could make $500 more a month, I would be able to do X, Y, and Z, like move to the nicer apartment and be able to afford a couple more $100 of rent and be able to like start putting money back into my Roth IRA, my retirement account. Or it could be the case that you're like, wow, I actually need to triple the income I'm making, right? This was my experience when I've really started understanding my numbers and looking at the dream lifestyle I desired. I was like, oh yeah, like me just getting another minimum wage job or having a survival job alongside my acting career is not going to cut it. Like, I can't even just be making $20 an hour. I need to be making $40 an hour, right? And then at that point, then I was like, yeah, $40 an hour isn't even going to cut it. Like, I need to make big moves in order to really increase my income to have the lifestyle that I desire. So knowing about your current numbers and how to manage your current money is going to give you the clarity of the action steps you need to be taking to move forward. Now, this is also drumming up excitement in you, right? Like, making more money is not attached to anything, right? Even if it is attached to a specific number, but the number isn't attached to your specific lifestyle, like in the online business world, the big benchmarks are like making a 5K month, making a 10K month, making 6 figures, making 250K, making 500K, and making $1 million. Like there's all these very specific benchmarks like in the online business world that's like, those are the benchmarks you want to hit. But the thing is, those numbers literally have nothing to do with one, your profit, which is the cash in your pocket, right? Making 6 figures or making $1 million doesn't have jack shit to do with what's actually going into your bank account, your personal bank account, right? We want to focus on that. That's what's actually going to make you feel like you're up leveling financially in your own life, right? But then also, love when Zoom hits me with the thumbs up. I need to figure out how to turn off that setting. But the other thing too is that those numbers aren't going to drum up any excitement in you except for like an ego hit of like, I hit 6 figures, or I hit 5K months, or like I hit whatever, right? What it takes for you to actually start living your dream lifestyle, the number is not going to be like one of those clean benchmarks. It's going to be like, I want to make 113K a year because I want to invest this much. I want to take these many vacations, and this is how much those vacations cost. I want to have this much flex spending money to like enjoy day to day. Like it's going to be a very specific number that is not those clean, pretty numbers. So you want to actually have a number that means something to you. And you're only going to figure that out if you understand your numbers on a very intimate level. Another training I have inside of the Cashed Up Creatives curriculum is the step 1 of the anti-budget money strategy, which is understanding your numbers. I teach you the know your BFF method, which is how you understand what it costs to live as you month to month to month. And then you pair that with how to create your dream lifestyle training, which then shows you the numbers of where you want to go. And then you're creating that numerical gap that you can actually solve for, right? Money is not just numbers, but money is just math, right? Every single money problem you have has a solution, a numerical solution that you can solve for. That's the beautiful thing about money. You might have thoughts and feelings and emotions about what that math is telling you, right? And what it's going to require of you. But at the end of the day, it is just math. And this is why inside of Cashed Up Creatives, why we have weekly group coaching calls and access to Slack coaching every single day if you want it, because some of that implementation around the math, the thoughts and feelings and emotions you might have around the math and what you need to do in order to make it happen might have you spinning out, right? Or you might need some coaching on what's happening in your brain and believing that you're worthy of it, believing you're capable of it, and also working through like actually implementing. How do you actually want to move forward and take those actions? Let's come up with an action list together. This is why those group coaching calls exist inside of Cashed Up Creatives, because not only do I want to arm you with the information and the education and the strategy, but I also want to arm you with support for your mental space, right? To talk things through, to get that deep coaching so that you don't get stuck on the implementation. The other thing here too is that when you know how to manage your current money, what happens is you might actually be a lot less broke than you feel. I have had multiple clients who have implemented the money flow method. Okay, they've implemented the anti-budget money strategy and have messaged me or gotten on a coaching call and said, wait, I have more money than I thought I did, right? It was just disorganized. Like, I want you to think about when your apartment is hella messy, when everything is everywhere, you got laundry on the bed, you got books scattered about, dishes are not clean, right? Everything is just everywhere and you can't find anything, right? There is such chaos, or like you start to clean it up and you're like, oh wait, I totally forgot that I had these clothes that were like shoved in a corner that I thought were like my partner's, but I didn't realize that they were on my side of the bed, whatever, right? Or you're going through and you're like, oh my God, I totally forgot about this water bottle that I bought last month that was like put in a bag that was in a closet that I didn't even realize, right? Like the disorganization makes you forget about what you have. It makes it really hard to be clear on what's going on in your current money. You realize you have more than you do. Okay. This is what the money flow method does. It like cleans up your money and gets you so clear on your numbers. So you might have the realization like, oh, wow, I'm not as broke as I thought. I actually have a lot more wiggle room. I had a client who was paying off debt And so she was on a debt payoff plan that was easy and inevitable for her to pay off, right? She was paying the minimums and then a little bit more. She was using the surplus sequence. So what was happening is she then had money inside of her flex spending account. This is your playground money that you can play with throughout the month. Like, you don't have to budget. You can just spend it freely. And when she was, the first couple of months she was using this process, she was spending the money in her flex spending account. She was like, wait, I feel rich. Wait, I have money left over. Wait, I actually feel like I'm spending too much, but I'm not, because like I've already put money towards all of the other goals I wanted to hit. Like, wait, this can't be real. Like, I actually feel rich, and I'm also paying off debt, and I'm also putting money into savings, and I'm not feeling restricted. Exactly. I also had a client, she ended up buying like a beachfront condo with her partner, right? Because she was like, wait, I actually I'm so much more financially stable than I even allowed myself to realize. Like, she got clarity on her numbers and then was able to allow herself to like lean into, oh, I'm good, I'm financially safe. I also had another client that was like, oh yeah, like, yes, I need to make more money, but it's not as much as I thought. Like, I say this all the time. There are so many things you can do before you are making six figures, right? Like the coveted $100,000 a year. There's so much you can do with all of the money you make before you hit that like benchmark, right? Hard quotes. I was able to do so much before I started making six figures in my business. I was able to do 2 cross-country moves, right? Sell all my shit in Florida and move to Denver, sell all my shit in Denver and move to New York City, right? Like, on my own. My partner was not employed at this time. Like, that was my money, right? Especially for the New York move. I was able to do that before I was making six figures in my business. I was able to take multiple tropical vacations, go on cruises, get 6 months ahead on bills, contribute to my retirement account. I'm on track to be a multimillionaire in retirement. All of these things I was able to do before I hit six figures. And it was because I was clear about my money organization. And y'all who have been following me for a while, you know that I am not an anti-spending girly. We love spending over here. We love buying shit that brings us joy, right? Like, there's no deprivation over here. It's about getting clear on what you desire and what you want to prioritize, and then organizing your money so it's actually going to where you want it to go. When you funnel it to where you want it to go, which is what the money flow method automatically does for you, you're going to feel richer while spending less, and it's going to be easier to make more money. The other thing I want to mention is that in another training inside of the CASHED Creatives curriculum is called Make an Extra $500 a Month. So no matter where you're at, like, everyone could make an extra $500 a month. Like, we're never going to be mad at an extra $500. And it walks you through my 3M process for making more money, making an extra $500 a month. It's going to walk you through like the mental space you have to have, creating an action list, and then how to actually like chase after that extra $500 a month. I actually had a client who implemented this 3M process and then was literally the next month able to bring in $500 with one email, right? She was able to do that. She like pitched a graphic design, like branding, package to an old client and brought in $500 that month, right? Where she was like, oh, that's amazing. Look at that. And now I can funnel it towards all those things I was excited about. So with this training, you're going to be able to make your money back from this investment of CASHED Creatives, which is $1,500 total, or you can do 3 monthly payments of $500 a month. This training is going to help you start making that extra $500 a month in the process of the program. The other thing I want to say here is that not only when you know how to manage your money are you able to make more money easier, but when you have a financial education, specifically education around investing for the long term inside of the stock market, inside of retirement accounts, you are going to be able to make this investment back 20,000 times fold. So I'm going to give you like an actual math calculation. I am using the investor.gov calculator for this calculation. Okay. So inside of CASHED Creatives, inside of the Finances 101 module, I talk about how to invest. I do a walkthrough of like what it actually looks like inside of a brokerage account where you do investing, right? So you can walk through. When you learn that and you start putting in $20 a month, okay? If you're able to start investing $20 a month from this program and you do that for 20 years, right? Like, most of us could commit to $20 a month for 20 years, right? Just letting it ride out. You invest that into the stock market. Over the course of 20 years, you will have put into an investment account $4,800, okay? That's what you would have contributed to the investment account. what that investment would have grown to if we are expecting a 10% return. Again, all stuff that I explain inside of these trainings. That means your money is making money while it sits there inside of the stock market. You will now have a total value in your investment account of $13,746. You will have made almost $9,000 from doing nothing, right? Your money is growing for you in the background. $9,000 just from investing $20 a month, right? So when we're talking about investing in your financial wellness, in your money skills, right? This is what I'm talking about. Like the compound interest of your financial education, this is what it turns into. And this is just $20 a month, right? Like think about if you're able to contribute hundreds of dollars a month, right? The amount of interest that you will earn from just having that education, which makes the investment in your financial knowledge a no-brainer. That is also inside of the curriculum available to you. So as a reminder, financial wellness has 3 pillars. It is managing the money you currently have, it's making more money, and it's your money mindset, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings around all of it. We can't talk about one without talking about the other 2. They all coincide. They all affect each other. So when you know how to effectively manage your current money, it's easier for you to make more money. When you're making more money, this is why I have that training about making an extra $500 a month. When you make more money, it's more fun to manage your money because you have more wiggle room, right? And your thoughts about all of it are pivotal in how you actually take action. Like I've talked about this before, but we don't just do like thought work and mindset work to feel good. Yes, we do, but it's because your thoughts actually affect the action that you take. Like, are you actually going to be able to go and implement the things you need to do in order to make more money? Implement the things you need to do to create your money flow method to effectively and simply manage your money, right? Like your thoughts will stop you from things that like, we need to get those thoughts out of the way so you can actually make more money, feel financially confident, and feel financially well. And the first step will always be understanding how to manage your money well first. Before I started making more money, right? When I was still a budgeting girly, when I was like, something's got to shift, my first job that I gave myself was figuring out how I was going to currently manage my current money in order to be able to not just manifest more money, but then actually have the system to effectively manage it when it came in. So I started with the strategy first. Again, starting with learning how to manage your current money is going to make it so much easier to bring in more money. And I want all of you bringing in more money. Cashed Up Creatives, baby. We want a cashed up summer for every single one of you. And I do want to let you know I have opened up availability on my calendar this week for you to book a sales call if you're interested in Cashed Up Creatives. If you want to talk with me about if it's the right fit for you, what we would do together, if you still have questions, you can book a sales call with me and we will talk and chat and answer your questions. I'm going to want to understand what you're struggling with, what your desires are, what your goals are, and we will dive deep together inside of one of those sales calls. So that link is in the show notes where you can book one. Again, the deadline to enroll in this round of Cashed Up Creatives is June 15th. Saturday by midnight is your last chance to get in on this round. I look forward to seeing you inside. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Come join me on Instagram for more on how to build a simple, sexy relationship with your money. My Instagram handle is @NotStarvingArtists. And if you want to dive deeper with me, head to the show notes to learn more about one-on-one coaching. If you love this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend that you want to get rich with.